you must be so pleased to have signed with Gloucester Rugby. How do you feel?
Oh mate, absolutely buzzing. You know, for me, being a young lad, and it's sort of all I've ever known, really, in a way. You know, since I was 9, watching from the shed, and now being able to, you know, sign a second contract here is unbelievable for me. I'm absolutely buzzing to get stuck into pre-season. Yeah.
And it might be a bit of an obvious question, but what was it that made you want to stay with Gloucester?
Oh, it's well, I mean, because as I said, I've been watching since I was 9 in the shed. It's all I've ever wanted to do. You know, you watch the Cherry Whites go out and play, and you're there like, that's what I want to do. You know, my dad having played in the 90s for Gloucester as well. That was massive influence for me. You know, this is sort of Gloucester's the one club you want because it's my childhood club. I want to stay at. I want to basically try and do one better than my dad. You know, be able to get a couple more caps than he did, and then I'll be a happy man. Yeah.
I was going to talk about your dad. I mean, your family must be so proud of you, and following in his footsteps.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's something we don't, in fairness, we don't talk about it too much, but between me and my dad, there's always a little bit of competition about what he was able to achieve and stuff like that. But in fairness, for me, growing as a player, you know, although the game's changed a lot since the 90s, my dad's had a massive influence on me throughout my whole career, teaching me little things here and there, you know, and even after playing senior games, you know, I come home and the first bloke I'll talk to is my dad, you know, and he sort of knows if I'm going to be happy with what happened or if not, and he'll know when to give, like, you know, time and space, or whether to come and give you a pat on the back, you know. But no, having my dad there, being every step of the way throughout my career, has been brilliant for me, you know. So yeah, I'm just over the moon.
Was he the first person you told, you know, about the news of you signing? Imagine you were in, you know, close contact with him throughout the process.
Yeah, I mean, he's always the first person I'll tell. I remember when I was 18, coming out of the academy, and our under 18s coach told me I need to bring a parent in, and obviously it was going to be no one but my dad to come and join me. And walking out of the room when I was 18, signing, he gave me a pat on the back, and you know, it was a really proud feeling for me. And it's the same again, re-signing. You know, I presume he's over the moon and chuffed to bits that I'm staying at Gloucester and staying local, because obviously that's all I want to do.
Yeah, definitely, and it's been quite a challenging year for everyone, isn't it? But how good was it to, you know, still get a few runs out and a few opportunities despite all that was going on?
Oh yeah, mate. You know, it's been a tough year for everybody, but for me personally, you know, it's probably one of the proudest years of rugby I've had. You know, I've been able to put on the Cherry and White shirt in the Premiership, and I managed to get the appearance in the Champions Cup. And you know, it's playing top tier rugby for the one club you've always ever wanted to play for. So, you know, like that, I doubt that feeling will ever leave me. You know, I was absolutely ecstatic when, you know, you get told the news, this is what's going to happen. And I remember, as soon as I come out of COVID, I ran straight to Sean, the kit man's room, and took asked for my shirt with my name on the back, you know, because it's just it's something that I'm just so proud to be able to do. And you know, that feeling drives you in training. It drives you every day to basically just want to get more and more appearances. So yeah.
So is that shirt hanging on the wall somewhere?
At the moment it's right next to me. I need to go get it framed, but I mean, my dad's got a few Gloucester shirts hanging up, so I'm going to make sure it's a bigger frame and stick it right next to it. Yeah.
Perfect. And just, you know, looking forward to next season. I mean, how good do you think it is for the club that so many of the academy lads have got opportunities this season? It's going to put the club in such a strong position, isn't it?
Definitely. You know, I mean, we're all a bunch of young lads who don't do anything else other than play for Gloucester, you know. And then you look at the squad we have, and well, especially for me, the back three, you know, we got one lad's off in a British and Irish Lions shirt, Zamet in the summer. You got Johnny May, you got Ollie Thorley, you got Santi Carreras. You know, these are all international quality players. So to be able to go in every day, learn off these lads, and I know boys have the same in other positions. I think it's massive for the club being able to go forward. We can learn a lot off them and grow as our own player and be our own selves. And hopefully, as we get older, get a bit better, we can start pushing them and driving from the bottom. So yeah, I think it's massive, and we're definitely going in a perfect direction.
Yeah, what's that relationship like with the other sort of back three players? You mentioned that it comes across like it's quite good. Like you ask them for advice and you learn from them.
Yeah, they're all extremely approachable and are more than happy to have a conversation about literally anything. It's not just rugby; it's life in general. You know, if you want to have a conversation, I remember having loads of chats with old Matt Banahan before he left. You know, he was one like the most down to earth blokes, and like when I first signed when I was 18, he signed as well, and I remember being a bit timid trying to have a conversation with him. But as soon as you break down that barrier of going to talk to him, you know, you realise it was all for nothing. It's like, yeah, the stuff you can learn is immense. So yeah, definitely. And obviously people like Zamet, I went to college with him, and he's a year below me. So he's always been a good close friend of mine. And it's brilliant to be able to see what he's doing.
Yeah, and it must be really motivating as well. Yeah, especially Zamet, so young, and you know, come from a similar sort of background, and to see what he's achieving, that must really, you know, light the fire underneath you. Yeah. Want to achieve that.
Oh, exactly, totally. You know, you look at how quickly that all happens. You know, I'm sure like he said in many of interviews he didn't expect it to happen all so quickly. You know, so it sort of makes your mindset think, oh, look, this is what can happen in certain space of time. And then you think, well, there's even years to come. You know, he's done it. He's pretty much completed rugby in a year. But for me, it's like, you know, I got plenty more years left of me, hopefully, and it's going to be exciting to see what I can try and achieve in the years to come.
How important is it that, you know, we hear George Livington and, you know, people at the top of the club talking about the academy a lot, and it seems to be, you know, a real area of focus. You know, we've sort of mentioned about the future and the academy boys coming through, but that pathway is going to be so key, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, as you said, when you hear Skivs, he's the bloke at the top. You know, he's the one talking about the academy in such a good way. You know, there's nothing more motivating than hearing that. And it just makes you want to try and prove yourself. You know, you want to be that bloke that he's talking about. So yeah, you know, when I had one game against Leicester, and we went through with coaches and had a few work-ons, and luckily enough I was given another opportunity the week after that against Quins, and it just makes you want to build on what they say, build on what they do, and show that you're there to improve, and you're there to play, not just to train. So yeah, it's massive, mate. And yeah, as I said, it's brilliant being able to hear it from the top.
Yeah, and there was some exciting news announced this morning. I'm not sure if you've seen the pictures, but the training facility
oh yeah,
pretty mega, didn't it?
That looks absolutely unreal, mate. And like again, it just makes you want pre-season to come around that little bit quicker. You know, it just looks unbelievable. I obviously when I get there, we'll all have a look at it. But I think it's going to be like Christmas Day when you're 9 years old again. You know, you just want to run in there and have a little snoop around and see what it's about. But yeah, mate, as I said, from the photos and from what I've been told, it's unbelievable, mate. Again, that's another thing that's going to drive the boys. You know, we'll have everything we need there. It's going to be perfect, mate. It's going to be absolutely ideal. So yeah, I'm ecstatic and can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, the whole indoor gym bit looks incredible.
Yeah, mate, it does. It looks unreal, mate. I can't believe that we got that coming. You know, it's going to be a brilliant little place to go and work. But I'm as I said, it's going to be like Christmas Day. I can't wait just to run in there and have a little look at the changing room, see what us boys are doing, and yeah, it's and you know, having the facilities like that, it's going to make players want to come and join as well. So yeah, we're definitely all pushing in the right direction.
Yeah, and obviously end of the season now. Are you know, obviously we had the whole COVID thing. You enjoying a bit of time off now, and when does the training start?
Yeah, it was a bit of a carnage season, wasn't it? You know, there wasn't many breaks in it. So yeah, it's nice to have a little just a little break from the ruggers. But I'm sure I'll be straight back in the gym. I you know, I'm not planning on slowing down too much. I was happy with the way I was finishing the season. So you know, I want to keep that momentum there and carry it on into pre-season. You know, there's a lot to try and I've got a lot to try and prove. So yeah, I can't see me slowing down too much.
And I guess after, the season you said it was almost your proudest season in rugby. I guess pre-season is a perfect opportunity to, put your hand up and say, look what I can do. Because I guess it's really the only opportunity in the year where you're just focusing on the training and, people aren't worrying about the game. Everyone's on like a level playing field, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. Like in the first couple of weeks of pre-season, there's no rugby ball involved at all, So it's literally just like if you can show you're the fittest bloke there, then that puts you in a good stead before the rugby ball even comes in, So that's the way I normally see the first couple of weeks pre-season. It's just running, don't stop running, mate. It's it's a bit like Forrest Gump, isn't it? It's I'll probably watch that the night before I go back to pre-season. It's
motivation.
Yeah, yeah. So so that's where my head's at with it. I just got to try and show what you're about. It's more of a mental test than a rugby one. Just go in there, lift as much tin as you can lift, and run as fast and as far as you can. So yeah.
Yeah. Just finally, looking ahead to pre-season and next season, do you have any specific goals that you set yourself?
For me, it's all about learning, just learning the game. And learning how Dom, Alex King, and Skivs wants us to play the game. We're as you said, we're all young lads still learning the game, and we want to try and refine the game and learn it and be able to express ourselves in that manner. So for me, I'm literally just going into pre-season, just try and learn as much as possible, and then hopefully opportunities will come about, and then that's when you got to put your hand up and show what you're about, So that's sort of my goal, is just to keep going on the right track, learning what I need to learn, and become a better player.